Awesome Rider Review.
Hey YouTube, Awesome Rider here. This is going to be an update on my Power Rangers Beast Morphers Season 2 Beast-X Morpher review, primarily just showing the noises that this thing makes with the previous Morph-X keys from last year's toy line. But before we get started, something I wanted to bring up. I put a little note on it, but when you have this button here during the transformation mode, like after you do this mode, there is this button here, this like nose button. That primarily makes, you can see growling noises and such, and some sort of like sneezing noise. In the first review I had a different version of this, not a different version, but like the first one I bought, this button didn't work, so I exchanged it. So like when I was doing the prep work for the review, I just assumed this was a nothing button, which is why I didn't show it off, but then someone drew it to my attention and I exchanged it. So I made a little note on the old review, but I figured I'd kick this off with that. But now let's go ahead and get started, just showing off. This does work with all the previously released Morph-X keys. There really isn't any new sounds, but you do primarily get most of the old sounds you got. So here's like Red's transformation one. So you pretty much get the same functionality as the old one, and most of them just start off by saying that same phrase, except like you'll get differences here. Whoops.
It's Morphin' time! Jackrabbit Beast Power, Yellow! You messed with the wrong Ranger! It's Morphin' time!
It's funny because I feel like the initial "It's Morphin' Time" actually sounds like Zoe, and the other one is the old voice, which actually sounds more similar to Gia from Megaforce, there we go, if I'm being honest.
It's Morphin' time! Blue Ranger Power! Don't worry, Smash, I got this.
That sounds more like Steel, to be honest. So yeah, you get basically the same activation noise, but the noises you get from the button are the quote-unquote different noises.
It's Morphin' time! Gold Ranger Power! Phenomenal! Let's go!
That kind of sounds like Nate.
It's Morphin' time! I'm half human, half robot, and totally awesome. Beast Morphers, let's go! Rangers, it's go time!
I like how for Nate and Steel, they both just give him like a nasally sound-alike. Alright, now we got Blaze. Now these are pretty cool. The villain ones, what they do, you'll see.
Virus upload complete. I'm the better Red Ranger.
Never said that in the show.
I'm not a real human. I'm much better. The Morph-X is mine. I'm the better Red Ranger.
So that's really cool, especially since all of their initial activation noises are the same. It then all of a sudden does this corrupting bit.
Virus upload complete. I can't help that I'm bad. I'm programmed this way.
Hashtag Team Roxy.
Surrender, Rangers. Not today, Rangers.
Ooh, are you okay, Roxy? You have a cold? Then you have the power-up one, which really does nothing special.
It's Morphin' time. Yeah, we clocked it. Unreal. Rangers, power up. Yeah, we clocked it.
Alright, now we got some of the B-Spot keys.
It's Morphin' time. Let's take a spin in the Racer Zord. Moto mode activated. It's Morphin' time. It's Morphin' time. Don't forget your carrots, Yellow Ranger. Hey, don't call me cute. Let's go. Blue Ranger, you're so brave. Let's smash this.
That sounds nothing like Smash at all, in either Morpher.
We've got the code to victory. We need to work together. Rangers, power up.
Nice.
Virus upload complete. Tronics, attack! You can run,
Challenge accepted.
The Morph-X is mine! Tronics, attack!
Evox himself.
Virus upload complete. Nothing can stop me. You'll never defeat me. Not today, Rangers!
Alright, and then the Drillatron one.
Virus upload complete. Ha! I'll drill right through you!
That's what she... Oh, a lot of Drillatrons are like that.
Prepare to lose, Rangers! You can run, but you can't hide.
Alright, then lastly you have the... This is the sort of morph key that the original Morpher came with.
Virus upload complete. The Morph-X is mine! Not today, Rangers!
Alright, just try them out. This kind of suffers from that same problem that the old one did, is that the keys feel kind of flimsy in it, and like sometimes the reader slot isn't very secure. Like it'll just half go in there or read it funny or have a delay. It's kind of annoying.
It's Morphin' time! Yeah, we clocked it. Unreal!
So you can see you're getting some of the same noises, and then since we only have one more left to do for this one here.
It's Morphin' time! Activate Beast-X mode! Defenders of the grid!
And to be honest, these three are all kind of the most unreliable. Like sometimes I can get it to say different sounds with these, like for whatever reason they're not the most secure. Kind of like with the first one in a lot of ways. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Overall, it is cool that they can read all the keys, so if you were collecting even some of them, you get more playability, and I appreciate that. It would have been cool if we had some different sounds, even if it wasn't for every single one, but like a mixture, because it's honestly basically 99% copy and paste. But nonetheless, it's still cool that you're able to play with all the keys with both of them, and if you didn't pick up the old Morpher, but you had keys, and you got this one, now you have stuff to do with it. Anyway, that's about it for this one. Until next time, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you get notifications for my videos. Until next time, Dawson Ryder, signing out.